welcome to another Warcraft 3 audio commentary. Whoa, yeah. It's my impression of 70s rock groups. Make what you will of it. But anyway, hello and welcome. Today, we're going to be watching the missing game, game number 2, between Nicker, spawning, of course, as the pink night elf up in the upper right, versus TheLordo, spawning as the blue orc in the lower left. And this is game 2. This is the missing game of that best of 3 series I cast, I think, 5 days ago. Maybe a couple more days than that. Actually, I think it might have been 7, 9. I think it was 9 days ago, come to think of it. But either way, the point is that TheLordo wanted me to cast this game. And I got a couple other requests from people asking me to cast this game, and I couldn't cast it because I could not get the audio, I could not get the replay to load. It was a great shame that I had to download a 5th version of Amazonian, a freaking different. I have 5 versions of Amazonian now, but the 5th one is the one that worked. There's a download link onto a something, whatever. Look, the point is, it's in the replays, the comments at replayers.com, and that's where I'm going to link to the download. So if you want to watch the replay yourself, you can always get it from there. But anyway, we're going to see that Nicker is ALW creating out this Goblin Laboratory. Using the Demon Hunter, going to go ahead and pick up a Tome of Strength. Does have a Ring of Protection +2. And down here for the Lordo, we're going to see him with the Blade Master picking up Gloves of Haste. 15% increased attack speed. It's a nice item to have. I'm going to go ahead and finish off this creep camp as well. And of course, if you don't remember, Tome of Intelligence, not a bad choice. +1 intelligence, I do believe, to that the Blade Master indeed. And the Demon Hunter that we're now looking at with a Cloak of Shadows, going to go ahead and also creep out this Forest Troll Berserker. And of course, you're going to do that simply because why not? You can do that, no problem. It's good. And it's kind of late today, by the way. This is really late, and I'm getting kind of tired. I want to go to bed, but I'm kind of getting a woken up state as well. And I ordered 3 Cinepies. I wanted to order once. I was like, I want some Cinepie. And so I was like, I'll order a Cinepie. And they're like, no, yeah, but we don't deliver unless it's like $10. And so I ended up having to do 3 because I didn't want a pizza. I was like, and so now I've got like in this tiny little fridge, like these 3 Cinepies just crammed in there. And it was worth it. Cinepies are really good from Papa John's. But anyway, back to the game. TheLordo now going to go ahead and, is it 1900? Not quite yet. Going to go ahead and pick up a Dust instead. Who's going to get the Boots of Speed? Maybe the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter trying to get into there. Going to go ahead and, yes, indeed, 1900. And, of course, the Blade Master was fully sold an item just as those blades, the Boots of Speed, spawned. And, however, of course, Nicker had an empty slot, so he went ahead and got that, picked up the Boots of Speed. We're going to see a Speed Scroll going off on this Blade Master as well as his Grunt trying to chase down that Demon Hunter. However, with the Boots of Speed, it's going to be really hard to find. And, of course, what we did see was that the Blade Master did pick up a Dust, and the Demon Hunter does have a Cloak of Shadows where he was actually using that Cloak of Shadows to do something, which was to hide and to be invisible, you know. Don't you know? I don't know. But anyway, so the Demon Hunter was invisible, and we saw the Dust being used to try to chase him out of there. And that's all what happened. That was interesting there. That was what that was. We're going to see this Grunt taking some damage from this creep. Not too concerned about it because he's got a healing salve now on as soon as that was done. We're going to see a Wand of Illusion being picked up. A Wand of Illusion is a nice item to have. Going to go ahead and immediately summon one of those Blade Masters, and this is, of course, something that's actually somewhat reasonable to see. If you're ever going to trick somebody with a Wand of Illusion, generally what you're going to be doing it with is this guy right here. The Blade Master, because he will run around solo, no problem on his own. Sometimes he'll do that. Anyway, what we're going to see is another Boots of Speed has spawned from the shop, and the Lordo will pick up that pair, and he's going to use these Wand of Illusions to tank this cream camp. He goes ahead and picks up a Tome of Agility, nicely done. And here we're going to see from the Nicker, I think I've done that in the other games too. TheLordo, and Nicker. But anyway, I think this is from H&C. I'm not Hi Nice Cup. I don't quite recall where this is actually, what these games are being played for. Come to think of it, I probably should have checked that before the start of this, but I didn't. Sorry. So we're gonna see. It looks like now this Grunt being chased down by this Demon Hunter. Is there enough space to get him in here. There's a tower up at this point, a watchtower, and that grunt trying to get into his base, being blocked by a quillbeast. Really nicely done by Nicker. Oh, and down goes the grunt. So good job by Nicker to go ahead and nice block to go ahead and get down that grunt. So really well played right there. Good move. Oh yeah, and by the way, of course, this is the Lordo, so don't be expecting standard strategies. Expect the Lordoc strategy, which is apparently what they call his strategy, where he goes, I believe, double Spirit Lodge. You can see tier 3 gets Tree Hero, Blade Master, Shadow Hunter, and then Torn Chieftain. As you can see, both those Spirit Lodges going down. Masses Witch Doctors. Masses Witch Doctors. He masses Witch Doctors. I have to say it because it's crazy. It's actually really entertaining to watch. And so we'll see how this game plays out. But it should be fairly entertaining because it's pretty awesome. It is. And looks like the Lordo now going to go ahead and try to get a Creepjack off there. And honestly, I should have... My mind, it's just... today has been a long day. My mind is not... I literally did not sleep last night trying to fix my sleeping schedule. So sorry if I'm a little bit out of it right now. But anyway, we're going to see that Blade Master trying to chase down this Forest Troll Berserker. Nick are going to be able to get that away now with some decent micro, just blocking things around. Did take quite a few hits, but once it got behind this kind of fortified line, the Blade Master said, I don't have any mana for a Windwalk. I'm just going to back off. My Shadow Hunter's down here, and then I'll come back with those guys, and we'll see what we can do to mess things up down here for the Lordo's base. We can see getting the Witch Doctor Adept training. Indeed he is. For Nicker, about to hit tier 3 and now making dots, double producing them up from Ancients of Wind. We do see Adept being picked up already on them, so we'll see. We will see Cyclone coming out fairly soon. And it looks like that Forest Troll Shadow Priest is going to go down. And the Quillbeast tanking this little creep camp right here. Just doing some damage. Nicely done. And it looks like here comes the Blade Master. He's actually running away. I should say not here comes. He's running away. Does have Fairy Fire on him. We do see an Ancient of War right here ready to begin to AOW creep out this expansion slot for the Nicker. Not the Nicker, but Nicker. Combo Strength +2. Nicely done. Picking that up on that Beastmaster. Looks like Lordo hexing a Wisping. Gonna go ahead and pick that off, getting that experience. Nice to have experience where you can get it, wherever you can. We're gonna see Nicker going ahead and picking up the Tinker, level 1 Tinker now for his 3rd hero right there at that tavern. Do we have Cyclone? Not quite yet. I'm sure there it is halfway through the research of Cyclone at 40 out of 50 food. Needs more gold though. Does need more gold. Down here we can see now that the Lordo is clearly tier 3. And we do have the Orb of Lightning having been picked up on that Blade Master. And in one game we saw him getting 2 Orbs of Lightning on the Blade Master for that +5 damage, which is pretty nice. It's good to have the plus damage. But there we do see it looks like a stasis trap being placed down. Will that go down? No, or it's going to immediately be focused down. It takes, I believe, 5 or so seconds to prep up before that actually goes invisible, and then it takes another 2 or 3 seconds to actually go off. But when it does, as you can see, it stuns units for quite some time. As you can see, it stuns, I believe, 5 seconds on units, and I believe 3 on heroes. If I'm not mistaken, it might be 2 on heroes. I don't know. I imagine 2 is probably what it is on heroes. 3 would be a little bit imbalanced. Forces are under attack. It really would. We're going to see this pocket factor going down. And, of course, the Lordo making clever and proper use of these Troll Witch Doctors by placing wards all over the map. And these are, of course, Sentry Wards. Sentry Wards are very valuable. They last for 5 minutes. And what they do essentially is give you a lot of vision of the map. And if we look here from Lordo's vision, we can see this is one Sentry Ward, giving you all of this wonderful vision. And of course, he's going to place them just wherever he wants on the map. So that's nice to have those across the map. And those, of course, will be useful as he has more of them across the map to have complete map control. And essentially, it's map hack for free. So it's really nice. So here we do see, though, Nicker with the Druid of the Talon, very low and very injured, but he is right here over this forest bit, and you can see exactly that he has a nice bit of vision from having that bird right there. I don't believe the Lordo can see it. No, he cannot. So nicely done by Nicker. He's just going to be able to... Down goes. It looks like the creeps, however, the creeps could see it, and the creeps got the druid of the town that was sitting there as a scout. Quite unfortunate for Nicker. However, up here we will see Nicker has just finished creeping this, and he's going to go ahead and throw down an expansion right there. And if we look and see on his heroes, level 1 still on that Tinker, level 1 still on the Beastmaster. However, the Beastmaster does have +6 strength from items right there, 2 gauntlets of Ogre strength +3, and that is a potion of greater mana. That's 300 potion or mana on call, which is pretty nice to have. And the Demon Hunter with Boots of Speed, Ring of Protection +2, which helps make him tanky, and that's very nice because he is, of course, he has evasion, so it gives him some armor. He's an agility-based hero, so he does already have a high base armor, as you can see, 6. Brings him up to a total of 8, which is a lot of armor. Makes him very, very tanky against physical attacks, and that's good. That's very good for him, because he's going to be tanking all of this for whenever he runs in. That's how it works. I say physical attacks. Magic attacks, I believe, are reduced by... These should be reduced by... These are considered physical, I think. I believe they're reduced by armor, and considered physical. They're not physical, so maybe they're not reduced by armor. I don't know, actually. I've never actually thought about that. That's interesting. I would assume they are reduced. I would assume magic attack type deals damage, but that damage is reduced by armor. I would be shocked if it doesn't. But anyway, now we do have Nicker setting up a Tinker Pocket Factory right there, and going to try to take out this Voodoo Lounge. We do, of course, have the fortified armor upgrade for the burrows and watchtowers from the Lordo, which means essentially, even if this shop goes down, he's not going to be able to push into this base because the majority of his army's DPS is going to be magic. Of course, I think his heroes do more damage, but of course, with all his units doing magic type damage, they're essentially going to be very, very weak against burrows that have fortified armor. So that's going to be pretty good terms of defense for the Lordo. The Lordo, however, right now is certainly behind. We do have the Nicker with an expansion up at this point. As you can see, it's up and almost up and running, but it is up and it's about to be running. If we look back one more final time, we will see he has 3 wisps right here, 4 and 5 being queued up right there. And so essentially, as soon as this is done, he's going to be able to put all 5 of those wisps into there pretty quickly. And if you don't know which ones I'm referring to, those two, the 2 that are building and the one that's in that moonwell. Down here, we're going to see it looks like Nicker with map control going to go ahead and creep out that expansion or finish it off. It's not really an expansion yet, but the Lordo is going to go ahead and throw up a Voodoo Lounge, trying to get that Tauren Chieftain out, his 3rd hero. Level 2 on that Shadow Hunter with a potion of greater mana. Where is his Blade Master? It looks like it's up here. Yes, indeed. Up there it is. Level 4 on him. Orb of Lightning, Circlet of Nobility, Belt of Giant Strength, which is +6 strength. A nice, very nice item. I think Gloves, I don't know if I said, but Gloves of Haste X1, I guess, and Boots of Speed. Over here, we're going to see a Wisp, probably going to go down. It's going to detonate on all of those Witch Doctors. A really nice move that burns 50 mana from each one of them. It's not really a burn because it doesn't actually hurt them, but it does drain 50 mana for each one of them. And we do have a Teleport Scroll as well as a Potion of Greater Mana, like I said, on the Shadow Hunter. Over here for the Nicker. Over here for Nicker. We have level 3 on that Demon Hunter, level 2 on the Beastmaster, again with the same items he had earlier. Level 2 on the Stinker now with a Robe of Magi +6, which is 6 intelligence. So nice items for Nicker indeed. And just kind of see, it looks like Lordo now trying to hold a stand right here. Going to use these stasis traps really nicely if you can. They are currently revealed by that Hawk. He's trying to take that Hawk out so that the stasis traps won't be revealed. But since they are revealed, they do go ahead and go down. We're going to see these Fairy Dragons being used very nicely in Mana Flare, which means that they're going to have an issue, as you can see, getting burned whenever they try to cast spells. Not what you really want to see happen. And as you can see, just taking some hits every time you cast a spell. Nicely done. And here you see, it looks like these Watchtowers that are going up are going to be picked off. If those Watchtowers do get up, it's going to be really hard for Nicker to actually assault this. And as you can see, it's already quite hard for Nicker to assault this. And it looks like Lordo is actually winning this fight a little bit. We're going to see that Tinker taking a lot of damage. It's going to get staffed out. No, it's going to have a healing scroll used as he runs away, and probably going to be fine back in the back. A lot of wards, just all sorts of wards. We do see a stasis ward or a stasis trap being placed right there in case any of these units run in. And it looks like that was a Witch Doctor that went down right there. That's a very heroic dying sound they do. We're going to see a unit or something being TP'd out for Nicker. I think that was the Tinker. Indeed it was. The Torn Chieftain taking quite a bit of hits right there. He's going to be fine. Going to run away from that Demon Hunter very low in the back. You can see it looks like that Blade Master's really been in the air the entire time right now. The Spirit Walkers are out there, are Master upgraded at this point. You're going to see nice Spirit Linkage usage on all of DeLordo's units. We're going to see that Demon Hunter being forced to TP out at 66 HP. And so yeah, there you have it. The fight going to the Lordo, and he's going to go ahead and now probably be able to get these towers up. And once those towers go up, that's going to be really hard for Nicker to deal with. And this is an issue for Nicker because this gold mine is, of course, 20,000 gold. These are the standard gold mines, the ones that you always start with. Actually, I guess I don't know how much they start with. I would assume it's like 12,500 gold, but I guess there are actually some maps that you start with higher gold. But I don't know if they're like league maps or not. I don't know. But anyway, over here we're gonna see Nicker getting 20,000 gold for starters right here on this gold mine, and that's an issue because his is down to 18,000. And of course, Nicker coming right back down here, trying to stop these watchtowers from going up. Maybe I was wrong. He's gonna be able to cancel one. Will he be? Oh! What's going on, mouse? A little bit of camera bug there. A second watchtower going down. Will the third one go down as well? Yes, indeed. It's going to go down. Nice done by Nicker. Nicely done by Nicker. That Pocket Factory in a great position. Another stasis trap being used. That Demon Hunter taking a lot of damage. He's going to go ahead and use a invulnerability potion, trying to pick off some more of these casters in the back. Picking off the stasis trap before it arms. Really nicely done. Trying to keep that stasis trap from going off and stunning your entire army. That could be a big issue. The Tinker goes down, taking quite a bit of damage from that Blade Master. The Blade Master also taking quite a bit of damage right now. Will that Blade Master die? Down goes the Blade Master. Will the Demon Hunter? The Demon Hunter very, very close as well. The Demon Hunter goes down as well. Oh man, we're seeing all the main DPS heroes have died at this point. We just have now the Beastmaster, the Torn Chieftain, and the Shadow Hunter still alive. We're going to see the Nicker actually really forcing the Lordo back right now. Will the Lordo be able to hold off this fight? It looks like he shouldn't be able to. The Nicker should be able to take this fight, I feel like, but there's so many wards right here. It's going to be really difficult for him to actually take this, but he needs to because he does not want those watchtowers to go up because that's going to be really hard. That Beastmaster going down right there in the back now. Nicker has lost all of his heroes, and those watchtowers are on their way up at this point. We're going to see Nicker's army retreating right now. That Quill Beast, the last remnant of the Beastmaster, also going to go down, unfortunately for him. We do see Nicker's army right here at this tavern. Going to go ahead and revive his Demon Hunter level 4. Is he reviving anything from the tavern or the altar of elders? Yes, indeed, that is the Tinker right there that's going to be revived. And we're going to see Nicker running over to this shop, perhaps to buy some healing scrolls, maybe even a potion of invulnerability. We'll see what he decides to pick up second. Yes, indeed, that is his good item choice right there. It's going to provide him a lot of durability. He needs to get back down here immediately and take out these watchtowers. If these watchtowers go up, like I said, once again, that's going to be a big issue. But there are stasis traps already armed, which could cause some serious issues with trying to deal with this. And yes, there we go. See it in a... we do see exactly what I just saw, or what I saw. We just saw the stasis trap going off, and I believe we even just saw perhaps a war stomp from that Torn Chieftain, and it looked like that's what we saw on the left side of that army of dots right there. And we're gonna see these stasis traps are, again, they're 3 armed and down, very nicely done. 4 armed actually and down, and those 2 watchtowers have now gone up. We're gonna see a Voodoo Lounge being going up right now for the Lordo. Where is that Demon Hunter? I'm sorry, the Blade Master. The Blade Master almost revived, about 65-ish% of the way through. And as you can see, Nicker right now working on 3.5k more gold than the Lordo. And this Altar of Storms isn't going to be a big issue, I think, because he already canceled the Blade Master. Going to go ahead and decide to revive that from the tavern instead. The Tinker might get caught in a bad spot right here, as nope, they're going to back off because they saw him. But of course, the Blade Master has no mana right now, and the Night Elf army is very nearby, so not going to risk that. Down goes the Altar of Elders, which means if he wants to buy his... oh, never mind, the Torn Chieftain is alive. I was like, well, is it dead? No, it's not dead. It's alive. So this is the situation of the game right now. The Lordo trying to get up an expansion. With this shop finished, what he could do is buy a tiny Great Hall and then plop that right down here. And that's probably what we're going to see him do, most likely. I'm assuming. Polarity Potion, you gotta have that. You need your mana. But up here we're going to see it looks like this mercenary camp being crept out by the Nicker. Dang it. By Nicker. But yes, there's the tiny Great Hall being picked up for the Lordo. And as soon as that'll be so fast to build out. And I gotta tell you one thing for sure. As an undead player, if you find one of these as they're going up and you actually cancel it with fiends, That's a satisfying feeling. It is. It's like that feeling you get when you're popping bubble wraps, you know, and you feel like you've popped all you can pop, and there's still more to pop. It's that great satisfying feeling that you get right then. You're like, oh man, I've popped so much. I guess I wouldn't even be disappointed if there's no more bubbles. And then you look and you've still got like an entire roll, and you're just like, oh my god. So that's that. But anyway, it looks like the Lordo now creeping out this red camp with the big red purple golem. I'm gonna go ahead and get a crystal ball and TP out of that fight, knowing that's a bad position for him. Of course, has these wards placed down just because why not? And the Lordo, of course, does have vision. He knew that was coming, I believe, with this sentry ward at least a little bit early. But here we do see it looks like a stasis trap going off, getting a stun, a nice stun on this army. Going to delay Nicker a little bit here. But looks like Nicker now backing off a little bit. Will he be able to take this fight? It's going to be interesting. Let's look at the player food counts. Nicker at 61 out of 61 food. The Lordo at about just under like 56 or so. It's very similar in food counts here in the army. We do see that the really nice stasis traps by the Lordo getting lots of stuns off. And this, again, with the mana flaring fairy dragons and cyclones everywhere, but mainly on the two DPS heroes. Of course, you want to cyclone the Tauren Chieftain, you want to cyclone the Blade Master, and the Blade Master is your main priority, but the Tauren Chieftain's also kind of a big deal if you have the mana to cyclone him. Looks like that Blade Master is just staying in the air. What's going to happen? It looks like this Watchtower is going to go down. Down goes both of the Watchtowers. A nice assault from Nicker. Will he be able to hold this all the way out? Here comes that Tinker now. Is he going to be able to get a pocket factory in a good place here? Let's see. He could put it down near here and let it kill the peons as he fights the rest of this fight, or he could use it to reinforce this fight. What will he choose to do? That's the question. It looks like he's going to go ahead and use that to kind of block. A nice idea. We do see that happen quite often. Using it to block that Beastmaster now in a bad position is probably going to die right here. Looks triggered a stasis trap. Yes, indeed, he does go down and die. We do have a Chimera out on the field at this point. Chimera is, of course, a great unit to have against this. Immediately being hexed, however, and that hex actually going to wear off from a purge from that Blade Master. So unfortunate, because immediately he got Cyclone, so he won't be able to finish off that Chimera. And that Chimera, once he starts to attack these casters in the back, if he can, that Chimera is going to be able to force a much nicer position for Nicker. Needs to keep the Blade Master in the air, because that Chimera will die otherwise, and that Chimera is actually going to go down. Now they kind of walked out into the middle of the fight there and started taking a lot of focus damage. We're going to see a mana flaring Fairy Dragon now taking a lot of damage from these wards, actually, and he will actually go down as well, unfortunately for him. And let's see, it looks like the Lordo is winning this fight, even winning this game, I would say. It looks very much like he is. And this is a best of 3, I think, or so I thought. It's very, and I say that because if it was a best of 3 and we saw 2 games already in the series where well, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. Never mind. Who wins this game is all I'm gonna say, and the answer is I don't know. I really don't know. But we're going to see some nice wisps coming in here, trying to detonating on all these Witch Doctors, except like maybe 2 or 3 of them, and really burning their mana. Now they're out of mana at this point. Really, they're very low. Going to force the Lordo to TP out. Will that Tauren Chieftain go down before the TP? Nope, the Tauren Chieftain getting out there very nicely at very low HP. And now what will happen is Nicker needs to do something. I mean, the problem is this Expo is not really defended anymore. There's no towers here, as you can see, and that's good for Nicker, but not so good for the Lordo. The issue for the Lordo at the moment is that these Witch Doctors are very low on mana. You know, you get one more wisp of detonate on them, and they're again. They're down. They're just barely up to 50. So that is an issue. But of course, how big of an issue? I don't know. That's hard to say. It really is hard to say. We're going to see a healing scroll, however, being picked up on the Demon Hunter. And this is a good time to let's talk about the hero levels. Level 4 on this Demon Hunter. Another Chimera is out as well. Level 3 on this Tinker. Very nice. Level 3 Tinker could be the turning point. Level 3 Beastmaster. With a high enough level Pocket Factory, those little clockwork guys suiciding into these troll Witch Doctors could cause a pretty massive problem. But over here, we're going to see level 3 on the Storm Chieftain. I'm very close to level 4. Level 4 on the Shadowhunter, again, very close to level 5. And it looks like level 5, almost halfway through level 5 on this Blade Master. So, nice hero levels all around. Who has the experience advantage? I think it was this guy. I think it was TheLordo. Indeed, it looks like Lordo definitely has a definite experience advantage, which means he's killing more units. Which is, or, I mean, he looks like he is because, you know, Nicker has had a lot of better experience with creeping. Of course, the only difference is that Lordo crept out that red, and we don't see a red being crept by Nicker. That would have been the red he would have crept if he crept a red, but he hasn't crept it. Which, of course, the red is a lot of experience, but it's hard to creep a red with this sort of an army that's immune to magic when you have mostly magic damage. So that's an issue. And let's look at these 2 Chimeras. Now, Chimeras are a big deal. They do splash damage, and they're very high damage. As you can see, 67 to 83 damage is really nice. And I'm just going to take a drink of water before this fight starts.
A player's forces are under attack.
Honestly, I'm at that point where I've drank so much tap water I can taste the chlorine. I'm pretty sure that's chlorine because it tastes just like chlorine. And I'm like starting to be able to like separate the different tastes in this water, and it's kind of disturbing. But I'm gonna be buying like a Brita filter tomorrow because Jesus. But nicely done with this Hawk, scouting around, finding those sentry wards and picking them off. And now we're going to see a Pocket Factory back here. Nice position by Nicker, putting these 2 Quillbeasts down here, the Dire Quillbeasts, in fact, to kill these peons while this fight occurs. An Ancient of War coming up here to distract TheLordo, buying more time for the Quillbeasts, buying more time for this Pocket Factory. We're going to have a little Clockwork Goblin running there. When he dies, he will explode, do a bunch of AoE damage. We're going to see one of these Chimeras taking a lot of damage. Will the Chimera go down? No, it gets staffed out. Nicely done by Nicker. And who's going to lose this Tinker? It looks like this Tinker could go down. Down goes the Tinker. Quite unfortunate. And Nicker now, maybe he's going to lose this Demon Hunter as well. No, hopefully not. He's backing away, but he does not have a TP right now. And that Peasant Goldmine going to be just fine. Nicker's Demon Hunter going to take a lot of damage. Now he's hexed, and down goes the Demon Hunter as well. And Nicker actually calls good game. So there you have it. The best of 3 was a best of 5. I'm pretty sure. I might not have spoiled anything there, but who knows? But wow. Okay, I was not expecting TheLordo to win that, but nicely done. Nicely done. I will say that. I will definitely say that. Nicely done. And so there you have it. That is the final. That is the series completely being cast. So yeah, it's 9 days late, but you know, I got busy. You know, and there was 2 days. I was gonna actually do this about 3-4 days ago. I got this stuff working a couple of back then, but unfortunately, that was that 2-day period where I didn't have any time to record. Which was really frustrating, but that was that. And then after that, there was ZOTAC, and so now today is this game, and it's actually late, but because normally I try to have it up probably 8 hours earlier than this one's going to go up, but that's life. But hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.